Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. I hope you all are safe and sound. Real Madrid have dropped points against a gritty and physical Getafe side. We have been treated with back-to-back stalemates, and certainly the title is not in our hands anymore. We are dependent on other factors which may need to work in our favour. We are dependent on the rest of the big boys dropping points. The Barca-Atletico game, which is yet to be played, can go a long way in deciding who among Barcelona, Atletico and Real Madrid would be picking up La Liga at the end of the season. But this result, the result that we conjured against Getafe, we have lost a major footing in the race. We have a mountain to climb, but with the way that things have gone so far, we cannot rule out any more twists and turns. So in this video, we will be doing the post-match analysis of Getafe versus Real Madrid. We will be dissecting the performance of our players. So let's get started. Let's start by having a look at the lineup. We had Courtois in goal, we had the back line, which we did expect. Militao, Chust, Odriozola and Marcelo were all involved there. In the midfield, we had MODRIC and Isco, and we went with 4 attackers: ASENSIO, Vinicius, Mariano and RODRYGO. Now today, none of you have got your predictions correct, and neither do we have any celebratory video, so we'll skip the shout-out section today. But talking more about the lineup, I thought this was a very attacking lineup by Zidane. And yes, when we first had a look at the lineup, you would think that there were 4 attackers out there on the pitch and you would have chances, but that is where the issue lay with Real Madrid. We had too many players committing forward, and as a result, the links from the defense to the midfield to the attack were not forming properly. The ball progression from the midfield to the attack was halted many times, and the lineup that Getafe had fielded, the 4-4-2, ensured that Getafe had the numerical advantage in the middle of the park. We could clearly see we were not winning the battle in the midfield. Now obviously the big question that came to our mind when we saw the lineup was who was going to play the attacking midfield role. Was it going to be ASENSIO or was it going to be RODRYGO? I personally was inclined towards the idea that ASENSIO would play that role, but as the game progressed, we saw at times RODRYGO was playing that role behind Mariano, and at times we saw ASENSIO was occupying that space, and then RODRYGO used to drift to the right hand side of the attack. Have a look at this picture here. This was in the 18th minute and RODRYGO was playing the number 10 role. Then have a look at this picture. ASENSIO was playing the number 10 role and then RODRYGO was playing on the right flank. Zidane did try to change things in the middle of the game, but we can say neither of them were able to play that role very well. Neither of them looked comfortable. They had a subdued night, but it won't be right to blame anyone over here. The squad that Zidane had, it compelled him to make such gambles, and yes, Zidane has been experimenting lately, but the thing about experiments is that some of them are going to work well and some of them are surely going to fail, and we can't really expect 2 attackers who don't really play in the middle to execute playmaking duties. Playmaking is an art, and this game showed why it should be left to the experts. The other thing that we did notice is that Zidane tried to use Isco and MODRIC as the double pivot, but if we specifically talk about the role of MODRIC, he especially had a lot of defensive work to do. This was another game which demanded a lot out of MODRIC. Have a look at his position here. He was the one receiving the ball from the centre backs, and as you can see in the picture, he was dropping in between Victor Chust and Eder Miliato as the fullbacks pushed forward. So it was a very tiring game for MODRIC. This was another game where we saw at the end of the match that MODRIC had his hands on his knees and he was gasping for air, and seeing that sight over and over again can't be good for the player. He needs to rest MODRIC, and hopefully in the next game, Kroos, Casemiro and Valverde will be back and MODRIC can be handed some time off. It's very important that we don't overwork the veterans at such a crucial time of the season, but continuing our analysis, we have to give a lot of credit to Getafe here. By no means did they play like a side who were languishing close to the relegation zone. They knew the areas where they could attack Madrid. Obviously Getafe are a very physical side and they took advantage of the very legs of Real Madrid. They pressed very well, and this is where we were really missing the presence of Toni Kroos. Kroos, we know he's not only press resistant, but he controls the tempo. He switches the play from one side to another from time to time, and this helps in breaking the pressing patterns of the opposition. So that was an important component which was missing from our game. But coming back to Getafe, they were winning the physical battle, they were winning the headers on either end of the pitch. We came very close to conceding at times, and we saw as a part of the strategy, they attempted to put in a lot of crosses inside the box. They knew that in the backline only Militao was the one with some height of significance, but the rest of the backline, let's just say they are not the tallest players one would come across, and Getafe tried to exploit that aspect of the game. I especially thought Enes Unal and Eder Miliato had a nice battle going on. And talking about Eder Miliato, if there was one player who really improved his stock in the game, it was Eder Miliato. He had a splendid game, he was not afraid to be physical, he was commanding in the back, and have a look at his stats here. He had 10 clearances, he won 9 duels, and had 4 interceptions, and he really looked like a leader. He was vocal in the back line, and there were also times where he attempted to carry the ball forward, and that just tells you about the confidence level of this player. It was another solid performance, and I'm really happy to see Militao playing in this manner. Varane may have all the experience, but Militao, he is hot at his heels. He's really making the most of the chances that is coming his way, and definitely these performances will give Zidane some food for thought. But coming to the man who single-handedly kept Madrid in the game, yes, I'm talking about Thibaut Courtois, and what a game he had. He was simply brilliant. There were so many times when Courtois came to the rescue, he was like a big strong wall shielding our goal. Throughout the game, he had to come up with a number of big saves, but my favorite save was when Marcelo had lost the ball and Getafe tried to hit Real Madrid on the counter. Enes Unal had taken the shot which looked like a certain goal, but Courtois was there. He popped up with his long arms, he made use of every inch of his body and got his hand to the ball, and that truly was an amazing save. He ended the night with 6 crucial saves. He was thoroughly deserved of the Man of the Match award, and had he conceded a few, I don't think Real Madrid had enough in the tank to mount a comeback. The players never got out of the second gear. The past 3 games have really taken a lot out of the players, and Benzema as well. When he came on, he looked a bit off color. It may be the case that he wasn't 100% fit for the match, so I truly think Zidane has been undone by luck in this game. There was no Casemiro, no Valverde, no Kroos, no Mendy, no Nacho. It was a very depleted squad, and the Casilla boys tried to make a difference. Victor just had some good moments, but these youngsters, they need more time and maturity to be consistent difference makers in a team like Real Madrid. So yes, we dropped points, we would have liked to win, and we should have won against Getafe, but these players are also human beings and we can't expect them to be playing like machines. So there's no point crying over spilt milk now. We move forward to the next game. The league isn't over yet, and hopefully Zidane will have a proper squad in the next few days. Hazard is close to returning. Varane and Carvajal, they will be returning in a few days as well, and that certainly will be a big boost for Zinedine Zidane. He will have a few options to work with, and then we will be expecting better from Real Madrid. So that's my analysis of the game, and now let's conclude this video by listening to what Zidane had to say in his post-match press conference. Zidane was really proud of the effort that the players had put in, and he went on to say, "I have to congratulate the players because it wasn't easy. We were very good defensively and we lacked something in attack, but we have to keep going because we have got a lot of points to play for and we are going to do just that." He further went on to praise Getafe for the way they played. He said, "Getafe played well, they made it difficult, they fought hard and dug in until the end. It's another point and we have to keep going. Giving up would be like throwing the towel in." Then Zidane was asked how the absentees affected the game plan of Zidane, to which he responded, "We are going to keep on going because there's no limit to what we can achieve. We'll achieve something and keep on fighting until the end of the season. We are in good spirits and there's no ceiling to what this group can achieve. We have to rest up well and keep on going. There's a lot of things going on and we've got a lot of absentees, but we are not the only one it's happening to. There are many teams suffering the same fate." And lastly, Zidane was asked about the performance of the Casilla boys. He was asked if they had a chance of making it to the first team one day. Zidane replied, "Of course I do. They have a great future. They are very solid. Chust was really good and he played with character. All of the youth teamers did well and I'm happy for them. I'm happy for all the players who featured tonight. Giving up would be a defeat, but everything else is the journey." So those are the thoughts of Zinedine Zidane, and right now we are having some groundbreaking announcements regarding the future of football. The European Super League is the hot topic at the moment. I will be covering that after the dust settles. In a day or two, we will get to know what the entire story is, who are the clubs in favor, who are the teams against it. We'll discuss all of that very soon on the channel, but till then, do let me know what were your thoughts about the performance of Real Madrid against Getafe. What were the things that you noticed as the game unfolded? Write in the comments below. I'll see you soon. Till then, take care, glory to Madrid, and as always, a la Madrid!